Block Builder. Hey guys, Block Builder here, and welcome to my review of my Lego Blue Eyes White Dragon. As you can see, he's got miscolored bits, but he's mostly all there. I think this guy's pretty sweet. Just minifig scale. He's huge. Most of my duel monsters are not colored properly. Like this should be yellow on Blockman, but there he is right there. And then Kuribo is not colored good either. But as you can see, they're all scaled pretty well together. Here he is next to Yugi. I should probably make a Kaiba to go with him, but just didn't feel like it. And yeah, that's some size comparisons of those guys. The tail is not finished. It needs like white bits on the top, much like a lot of the parts need white things. Oh, he has this little effect piece in his mouth right now to be the white lightning. So yeah, I guess we'll just move into this dude's articulation. So his mouth can open and close. You can move these weird little fangs to the side right there. His head can move up and down. And then this whole neck section, this is all like a bent flex tube so that he can do some stuff, possibly. I wish that the flex tube was more like a wire, because then he could totally actually move, but he can't. His arms can rotate here, go out and in, rotate at this point and this point here, rotate here, rotate right there. Each finger moves except for the thumb, and it can move right there at the wrist. His hip is T-jointed as well. His knees, ball joints, and his feet are ball joints, and each little claw can move. The tail, all individually articulated. So yeah, there's not really much else besides that little white lightning effect piece to show off here. It's just blue eyes. So what I'm going to do instead is this will be just a Yu-Gi-Oh! Monsters review, considering this video would be like a minute long. And that's just way too short, and he's off screen. So we're just going to move on to the next guy. So next up here we have Yugi. He actually does some stuff. The junk in the trunk back here, so you can turn him into the Pharaoh or whatever. Those parts aren't supposed to be there. Those go here. These are his shoes for changing into the Pharaoh. He's the same articulation either way, so I'm just going to change him into that. Or a Tem or whatever when you call him. I just made these guys a while ago. This just kind of like comes back to be like a cape thing. Not cake. Ugh. He's very fragile and crappy. You flip up those shoulder pads. I think that I would do stuff with like the hair, but I haven't done it in a long time. And then basically you just take his feet off. Like this. And you put on the bigger feet. Since he gets taller when they switch. Not the best thing I've built, considering he is very fragile. But he is pretty cool looking. And then you would put these back here to store them. And there he is in dueling mode, doing all this stuff that he does. Articulation is ball joints in the shoulders, head can rotate. I think that's it. You can move like his hair spike things. He's got an elbow which is also ball jointed. His wrists can't do anything. This is the dual disc. You can obviously take off the puzzle and then the dual disc. His feet can tilt and rotate. He's got ball jointed knees. He's got a waist rotation. But yeah, that is pretty much it for this guy. So on to the next one. So next up is Blockman, one of my favorite builds because he's literally just a Lego guy, which is pretty funny that Yu-Gi-Oh! Has this. I don't have the cards out right now. It would take too much effort, apparently. This should be yellow, but I don't have those in yellow, and they're dusty because they're old. His fingers, I took them. But yeah, you can see pretty much how he's supposed to look. For articulation on this guy, his legs are ball jointed. his knees. I mean, I guess this also is like his foot, but that can move. You can move these clips forward and back. His head is on stud rotation, and his arms can rotate. His hands can fall off, but they can also rotate. His fingers were like, they're all individually articulated and can rotate right here, and his arms can rotate right there. Pretty simple, pretty cool, pretty fragile. Not as good. These were built like a while ago, so I got better since then. So, on to the next guy. So next up is Kuribo, little fuzzy fuzzball. All this would be brown, and his feet would be green. His legs can turn and go forward and back. Same thing on the back, and that's literally it. That's all he's got. Guess I might as well show off this guy. As you can see, I don't have a lot of purple, so I kind of just like made him at the same time I made the other ones. And this would be covered in purple, and then that, and then you can kind of see how it would be. These would be purple as well, and then he'd have his staff thing. It was cool to put these two together because it's just like the show. Although I kind of prefer Yugi's other monsters to Dark Magician, but I just made him. Ball jointed knees, ball jointed feet. This is his giant like skirt, and then this is his back one. His legs are on T-bars. Ball jointed waist, ball jointed shoulders. The shoulder pads can move up and down, and his arms and his wrists can rotate. His head is also ball jointed, and that is pretty much the Dark Magician's articulation. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this video of these guys. If you want to see all of them, there you go. But hopefully that'll suffice for the people who wanted the Yu-Gi-Oh! Monsters videos. The Magnet Warrior guys, I wanted to make their own video because they're awesome and my favorite. Get out of here. And Blue Eyes is probably my second favorite of them. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Block Builder, breaking out.